Hello there, lovely good afternoon, and welcome to the lunchtime chat with me, Tapelo, Joe Smarter. Now, this afternoon, we look at ward councillors and the Constituency Development Fund, CDF. There is a number on your TV screen that you can call in from whichever constituency you are watching us from across the country so that you can be part of this particular live discussion program. My guest for this afternoon is Kamwala Ward 5 Councillor, Mr. Mainda Smarter, making an appearance for the very first time in the year 2022 on the lunchtime chat. Good afternoon and welcome.
Good afternoon, comrade. Thank you for inviting me here once again. And a happy new year to you since it's the first time we're meeting.
Happy New Year to you too.
Indeed. And of course, to our viewers, good afternoon, dear viewers.
Okay, let's get into it. First things first, hope my director is ready with some of the clips, some of the images rather, that went viral on different social media platforms. And as KBN being the finest television, of course, we had to run that particular news item where you made a whole lot of headlines. I must commend you for that, for taking a bold step as a councillor. First time, never seen before. You took a bold step. You went to the Lusaka City Council offices, headquarters, at Civic Center, and dumped garbage there, demanding that the garbage be collected in your ward. Let's talk about
that. Thank you, comrade. Thank you for that question. First of all, let me be the first one to say that the action that I took, the action of going to dump garbage at Lusaka City Council, is not the best course of action.
Okay.
I wouldn't encourage any other councillors to do the same. But of course, it was the only course of action, because all other established channels of me trying to engage the city council management to say we've got a crisis of garbage in Kamala Market. That is one of the biggest markets in Lusaka. This garbage is piling up, it's starting to rot, and it's just opposite Zambif. Now that creates a whole lot of an environmental disaster where diseases can break out. And as the chairperson of the market, being councillors, you know councillors are automatically chairpersons of markets, in case you didn't know. So being the chairperson of market, I had to make a decision to say if these people who are responsible for collecting the garbage here or intervening in that particular case did not want to do what they were supposed to do, I had to make a very radical decision to address that matter. And that was the action that you saw of me taking garbage to go and dump it at Lusaka City Council. And funny enough, the hours later, not even hours later, minutes later, the people that were supposed to do the cleanup of that particular market did the cleanup. And that shows you to say that it was not a matter of them not being able to do it, but they were just lacking will. But so far so good. I think the situation as far as garbage collection is concerned in Kamwala Lubama Market has normalized, and the garbage is being collected regularly. But we want long-lasting measures whereby we don't have to accumulate heaps of garbage for us to collect. We need to have a sustainable model. And what we have done is that we are empowering young people. Young people, the youths, youths are expectant with the new government. They want change. They want hope. They want opportunities for business. And we are saying that garbage citywide must now be run by what we call community-based enterprises. These are groups of young people that can make up a garbage waste disposal company, apply to the city council for permission to collect, and make something out of that while they are helping us with cleaning up these markets, bus stations, and of course in the community. And it doesn't end there. Even you, comrade Tapelo, I don't know, do you subscribe to waste management? If I ask for a receipt, am I going to see it? That's what we are saying. So we need you, the community citizens of the communities and residents of our wards, to subscribe for waste management. It's something between 50 kwacha and 100 kwacha to subscribe, so that people can come and collect from your house, so that not itikazipanga vishala pa museo, vishala kumamboyo ya maofensi. We don't want that. Let's keep Lusaka clean and healthy.
No, actually they do come to collect. And I have subscribed, councillor. However, let me find out from you. I don't know how many wards are there in Lusaka currently.
There are 38.
38 wards in Lusaka currently. Now, here's the thing. Do we need all the councillors to take a bold step like the one that you took to reach to an extent where you dump garbage at Lusaka City Council, for the authority rather, to begin to collect garbage? I'm asking this because you took that step. Minutes later, people went there to clear garbage waste. But here's the thing. Does it mean that somebody's complacent, somebody's not doing their job somewhere else? And councils are funded based on taxpayers' money. I am a taxpayer. Our viewers out there are taxpayers, and their money needs to be put to use. Do we need all the councillors in the country to take the step that you took for the authority to respond and work according to how they're supposed to work?
Absolutely not. In my preamble, I did state to say that was not the best course of action.
Okay.
But it was a necessary and the only course of action at that particular time.
Okay.
But at this particular time we are talking, the mindset and attitude of council management towards waste disposal has significantly improved. What is needed is for councillors in all the wards which they represent to be able to engage council management as far as waste collection is concerned. But I want you to get this, and I think I also want the viewers to understand that there are several players in the waste management business, if I can call it that. People think that it's just the city council, council. It's not like that.
Okay.
The council itself has what you call franchise contractors. Contractors, these are people who sign contracts with the Lusaka City Council.
Okay.
And are engaged to clear up certain areas which they are given. They are given zones. Okay. So these franchise contractors, these are the people you see with the compactor trucks. Sometimes maybe they'll just have big lorries. These are people that are contracted and are paid
by the Lusaka City Council.
They are paid by the Lusaka City Council to be able to clear up that garbage. That is one stakeholder, the franchise companies. Okay. Then you've got the CBEs, who are the smaller kind of businesses that work in our communities. Usually they just use small trucks, maybe tractors. But that is illegal. Because if you're dumping at a site where a council does not authorize, that is illegal and it is finable. Okay? Then you have the council itself, which has got a Department of Waste Management. That Department of Waste Management intervenes in an issue where there is an emergency. Okay. They can intervene and use their trucks to collect. But basically, the mandate is with what the franchise contractors, the waste managers. Then you've got the third party who are called performance contractors. These performance contractors are the ones that are supposed to clear drainages. If mulima boto, yama shake, whatever, those drainages, if they are flooded with the fecal matter, it is what we call the performance contractors that are supposed to clear them. They are also supposed to sweep roads. They are also supposed to clear grass. Mauzu ya kamera mjama roadside. It is what we call the performance contractors who are supposed to clear. So these three stakeholders, the two, especially the franchise companies and the performance contractors, the franchise contractors are paid by council. The performance contractors are paid by National Road Fund. Okay, so if there is garbage in the city, it's not just to point at the Lusaka City Council. We also have to point at waste management contractors and also performance contractors. And that is why we have said, as councillors in Lusaka, that we want all the contracts of these franchise contractors and these performance contractors to be terminated. Because the fundamental terms of contract, mwasainilana. Kuti isemwatipasa contract nchito yatu niku yola vishala market na bus stations and some areas of the community. Then you don't do your work. When we ask them, say, no, we haven't been paid. But when you follow up to the people that pay, they will say, we are up to date with payments. So what we see is these companies that are just good at pocketing money, just getting money, but not performing. A few of them might be genuine, but by and large, the majority of them are simply what you would call racket cartels or waste management cartels. Ndarama batenga, but they are not performing. And we also have this complaint in the markets. Because marketeers have been saying to say, ndama team alipira every time bama pitamo, every Friday bapitamo batenga ma 10 kwacha, batenga ma 5 kwacha, but nchito ya mene basebenza still ona. And this is where we have to clarify to say that the levy that is paid, the levy that you pay if you're a marketeer or you're a vendor, the levy that you pay, if it is 20 kwacha, if it's 10 kwacha, if it's 5 kwacha, is not meant for garbage collection. Okay. That is levy for the council to maintain other services such as toilets and security and other matters such as paying workers. So what we have introduced as councillors is we have reintroduced, actually it already exists, but we are enforcing the subscription of everyone who works in bus stations and markets or operates there or is a trader there to subscribe for waste management. There is a waste management fee that has been effected. In the CBD area, the vendors, I think they're paying, should be 5 kwacha per week. In Kamwala market and other big markets, they'll be paying 10 kwacha per week. That is specifically for garbage because everybody generates waste. So we hope that by engaging the traders, by engaging the communities like yourself, after this I have to see your receipt for waste disposal. So by engaging you subscribing and the waste management companies coming in to collect, we are going to solve this issue of Vishala. We can't have rubbish dumps in the middle of a road, Mumayadi. It is very displeasing. As Zambians, I think we need to move a step forward and develop so that we can look like a country that is emerging and developing and maintaining high standards of cleanliness. At the end of it is healthcare that we want in our communities. We don't want that.
Okay. Now, Mr. Smata, there's something that I have observed going around the communities of Lusaka, of course. Uh, uh, this also occurs sometimes, or maybe now that you're a councillor, maybe it has stopped happening in your ward, where unfinished structures, you find that people are dumping waste in those unfinished structures. How are you addressing such cases?
Thank you very much. That's a very, very critical question. These unfinished buildings, some people will get a space of land, they will build a structure. Before it even reaches window level, they leave it at that. And there are a lot of structures like that in Osaka that have been there for years. And what we are saying as a council authority is that these structures pose fundamental threats. Two, basically, which I'll talk about. Number one, they are security threats. There are complaints in the community every day that people are being robbed by junkies and gangs. You report that news every day. These thugs and junkies, they hide in unfinished houses. And I think 2 weeks ago in Kamala South, near Spectra or filling station, I was taken to a certain abandoned house.
Okay.
You find that in the afternoon it's empty. Come night time, 19, 20 hours, there are gangs that regroup there. And if you are passing there, if you've done a little bit of shopping, especially journalists who look off as late as 21 hours, 22 hours, you are the prime victims. So these unfinished buildings, they pose a security threat to the communities. Number two, they also pose a healthy threat or a health risk. Because like you have correctly noted. So what we have done as council is that we are going to enforce public health regulations. Okay. If you've got a house that is unfinished and has been unfinished for years, by the way, the regulation is that when you are constructing, when you are given a piece of land, it has to be developed within 6 months and finished. There are standards that must be followed.
But there are houses, Mr. Smart,
yes,
that have
I'm coming to that.
Okay.
So if those houses are not finished, they are incomplete, they become an ISO. And through regulations which are currently standing and in force, and they have been there for a very long time, if you do not develop that place, and it becomes a nuisance, what we call a public nuisance. It becomes a toilet rubbish bit. The council has authority to issue you a notice of ultimatum to either complete that building within a specified period, or the council will have it demolished. So that is the direction where we are going. If these incomplete buildings are not completed within an ultimatum that we are going to give, then we will have no choice but to have these buildings demolished. And thereafter, we will give people that are interested in serious development to develop these areas. Because at the end of the day, what we are interested in is development in our communities. Maybe those spaces can become schools. Maybe they can become recreational centers. Whatever it takes for us to develop our communities. That's what we want. But absolutely, we are against these unfinished buildings where criminals hide in the night, where people dump garbage illegally. We do not want that.
Okay. Now, there is, before I even come to my next issue, let me urge our viewers out there. If you are a resident of Kamwala Ward or Kabwata constituency, or any constituency, Mandevu constituency, Lusaka Central constituency, come through and give us a call and tell us the challenges that you are facing in your community, particularly to do with garbage disposal or waste disposal management. You can come through on that number that is on your TV screen so that you can take part in this particular program. Now, Mr. Smarter, let's get on to the issue of Constituency Development Fund. We have seen the New Dawn administration has increased Constituency Development Fund from 1.6 million to 25.7 million. How are you communicating this particular information to your electorates or residents of Kamwala Ward 5?
Thank you. My phone never stops ringing.
Okay.
People keep on calling to say, tifunako ma bazaries, vana vatu sivaenda ku school, tifunako ma bazaries. Others are calling, we are women, we are youths, tifunako empowerment. And truly, the CDF is there for one purpose and one purpose alone. Okay. We want to redeem our people from poverty. We want to empower our youths. We want to empower our women. We want children to go to school. So the CDF fund, it is only, it's a, you know, the Ministry of Finance did make that pronouncement. They say the funds were available. However, there is what we call the CDF guidelines. These are now the guidelines which are going to determine, Comrade Tapelo, how do we administer this fund. It is 25.7 million, but it is broken down into 4 components. And I think it's very important for the viewers there to understand what these components are. The first component is 60% of the CDF is going to go to infrastructure development. 60%. Meaning that money won't go in anybody's pocket. It will go into contracts. What are we improving? Are we improving schools? Are we making desks for schools? Are we improving drainages? Are we improving roads? What infrastructure developments are we spearheading in the ward? For particularly in my ward, I'll mention to say that we want to upgrade Lakson Mapushi police station. If you go there, the police station, you won't even know. If you don't live there, you won't even know there's a police station here. It looks like a small bus. That's the way it looks like. There is no water there. There is a pit latrine. Imagine in the capital city of Lusaka, officers have to use a pit latrine. So we want to improve that police station. So that amount has to come from the infrastructure percentage, which is 60%.
Okay.
20% goes to education or skills facility. It means it is for those that are getting education or learning. You can talk about those that are in school. We can talk about students. You can talk about those that want to do crafts. Maybe wants to do tailoring, maybe carpentry, maybe catering. That percentage, the 20%, is to empower youths with skills, whether through school, whether they're students or whatnot. That is the 20%. The 10% is youth empowerment. Are you below 35, comrade? If you are not below 35, you are not counted in that 10%. Okay? So 10% is for youths. Youth empowerment.
Below 35.
Youth! If it is in China where they define a youth as below 25 years, all of us were out of that bracket. But luckily in Zambia, it is 35.
We are fortunate.
We are fortunate. So, 35 years and below, they will be empowered with 10%. This 10% won't be given to them as cash money. It's a person directly.
Okay.
What we want is for you to form a cooperative. And when we say a cooperative, it's not just a piece of paper. Mfunika na business idea. Or in any wambo panga ma sausages. Or in any wambo panga ko peanut butter.
But comrade, let me find out from you.
Just before you come in, let me just complete the percentages. Okay. So the last is for women empowerment.
Okay.
Of course, you are out of that again, comrade, because you are not a woman. So 10% is strictly for women. Yeah. So that's how the CDF will be broken down. Okay. So for now, I would like to communicate to the viewers today that we have not yet started receiving applications or cooperative certificates for us to start empowering. Reason being is that our mother Ministry of Local Government, has not given us deadlines. But I'm happy to announce, so not deadlines, but guidelines. But I'm happy to announce that tomorrow they'll be launching the CDF guidelines. Those are the ones that are going to tell us how we are going to award these particular youths, the women, and also bursaries. We do not want a situation whereby it is left up to me as a councillor to decide who I should pick. Because I might pick my relatives or I might pick my friends. So there should be a strict guideline. And this fund will not be handled just by councillors. A lot of people think councillor manje ndiye na makizi yako CDF. No. There is what we call a ward development committee. Every ward will have what you call a ward development committee. It's a group of people that have been elected.
These people nominated?
They are elected.
These people elected?
They were elected. Yes, they were elected from the community themselves.
From the community.
Yes, they are zonal representatives. From every polling station, you have a representative. So they are elected from that community.
Regardless of party affiliation?
No party affiliation. In fact, the guidelines are very clear. You're not supposed to be an active politician or actively participating in politics for you to be on the ward development committee, because it is a non-partisan structure. Okay. It is there to save you regardless of whether you are UNIP, you are PF, you are UPND, you are DP, or whichever political party you belong to. So it's a neutral level kind of arrangement. So those are the people that now applications will be going to. And okay, we are also calling on the Lusaka City Council to expedite the construction of offices, because some of us, we don't have offices in our wards. So where are the applications going to be going to? To the WDC? They don't have offices.
57 years after independence,
yes,
you are still operating under a tree?
Yes, unfortunately, that is the situation. So maybe some of the infrastructure development funds have to go into constructing a ward office where people can find you as a councillor, not knocking on your door every.
That brings me
morning.
to my next question, Mr. Smarter, because there has been a complaint from members of the public, or let me call it a concern, that you the councillors are not easily accessed when members of the community want to register their displeasure over something, of whatever is happening in the community. Probably there's a funeral, they want the member of councillor to help them in terms of transport or financial support. You are nowhere to be found. And now that you are saying that it's an issue of an office, I'm beginning to wonder, how do you attend to your residents in Kamwala Ward 5? Seeing that your number, even right now, I can see it's ringing. It's ever ringing. So how do you attend to your residents?
Okay. So, first things first. Under the decentralization program, because you know there's a decentralization plan where we want services to reach the particular communities where we live in.
Exactly.
There's a plan. It's been effected already of building mini civic centers. Meaning all the services which you would want to access from the civic center, whether you want to get a liquor license, you want to get a trading license, you want to get a fire certificate, all those services which you would require from the council, they will come to your community through the construction of what you call a mini civic center. It is that mini civic center where the ward development committee and also the office of the councillor is supposed to sit. Okay. Whereby if you have concerns, you have got any question to do, or you want to meet the councillor or the ward development committee, you can easily go there and you can find them. There are about, I think, 5, if I'm not mistaken, wards. Out of 38, we only have about 5 which have got those mini civic centers. The rest of us councillors, we are squatting. So to have a meeting is either I call you to come to civic center, or you have to meet me elsewhere in town where I have to buy lunch or drinks. You know, it can be costly to meet people. Or I have to meet you at a mall. Okay. So usually we are constrained as councillors to meet people, not because we don't want to meet them, but because the movement and meeting are difficult because there is no specified office. And that's going to be a very big challenge when the CDF is finally rolled out. Now where we have to do the disbursement for bursaries and for youth empowerment and for women empowerment is going to be very difficult. So that's why we are urging local government to expedite the funding for the construction of mini civic centers so that people can know where to find us when they need us, as opposed to coming to knock on our doors.
Let me find out through the Ministry of Local Government and Rural Housing, and of course working in conjunction with the Ministry of Infrastructure. Mr. Smarter, are we going to see the construction of these mini civic centers? First of all, are plans underway to construct these mini civic centers? Then, if the answer is yes, are we going to see the construction of mini civic centers across the country before 5 years elapses? Because I believe the party that is in power right now has been given a 5-year mandate.
Definitely. Okay. It has to be. That is a decentralization program that has been rolled out. And I've given you an example. Say here in Osaka, we have 5 out of 38 wards. We have 5 that have actually already established mini civic centers. They are there. So the program is to ensure to say that every ward in the country has got a mini civic center where you can find the councillor, the ward development committees, and some council officials that will be giving you service delivery. Maybe if you want to subscribe for waste management, you simply go to the mini civic center and ask them, say, oh, I'm like Comrade Tapelo who throws garbage behind the house. I want a waste management company. Who can I subscribe to? Then they'll give you a list. Oh, these are the authorized. By the way, we don't just allow anybody to be a waste collector. You have to have first of all, you have to register with the Association of Waste Management. You have to have a vehicle and a white book in your name. You have to have a proven track record in that particular area. In short, we need to know if you are given the job, can you perform? Not whereby you get the contract, then we see you with pushing wheelbarrows. That's not allowed.
Okay, but okay, that is valid. But let me find out. You are talking of empowering young people. You are talking about forming cooperatives as young people. Now, let's say here comes a group of young people. They are so passionate about making sure that no indiscriminate of garbage disposal is done in their community or their ward. They approach you. They say, we can hire a vehicle. but currently we do not have a vehicle. Probably when we work for 6 months or more, then we can buy our own vehicle. How are you going to treat such cases? That's because I'm looking at these conditions, this bureaucracy that is in Zambia, which eliminates a lot of young people from becoming entrepreneurs and thriving. Thriving, it discourages young people. So let me find out from you. Don't you think some of these conditions that you put in place, or that the local authority puts in place, uh, do not allow young people to participate in meaningful developmental national agendas?
Well, the guidelines, those are guidelines that are set there, but they can be waived. Exceptions can be made.
Let them be waived, because
You've become a campaigner.
No, I'm not becoming a campaigner, because
Yes,
Mr. Smarter, you and I know,
yes, I follow you.
these are what people,
Yes.
the young people say
I follow you.
on the streets.
Yes, I
Okay?
follow you, and I agree with you to say that some conditions, and it's not just with waste management.
That means that
it's
if you
in
put
a whole
it
lot.
like that, if you
It's
put
yes.
it like that, Mr. Smarter, it means that you are only allowing the old people,
The already existing ones.
the already existing
Yes.
ones, to continue.
Yes.
Because even when you go to a local authority and tell them to say, this particular contractor that we contracted is not meeting the standards or whatever, they are not complying with what we agreed upon, they'll be like, okay, fine, if we remove this person, this company, whom are we going to replace with? These young people with no experience. So you see, young people are going to be left out. So you, as the young councillors that are there, that go in the chambers, in those council meetings, what message are you taking to the local authority, to the mayor at the end of the day?
Exceptions have to be made. Because, like you have rightly pointed out, Zambian youths, or let me just say the younger generation of Zambians, has been severely excluded from business opportunities. Even if you look at the current Zambia, what do you call it, ZDA, Zambia Development Agency, you find that to start certain businesses, you are requiring a capital of 50,000 US dollars. Where are you going to get that 50,000 US dollars? Because even if it's coming from the CDF, it's simply it's untenable. So it's important that even you, the media, you raise such awareness to say there is need for reform and review of certain conditions of investments, which tends to exclude young people out of business.
Exactly.
Because we're in a generation where we have got degrees and diplomas, we've been to school, but there are no jobs. And if we say, okay, let's become entrepreneurs, can you become an entrepreneur on a zero kwacha? No, you have to have a capital,
Exactly.
a capital base. So what we want to do is to ensure to say that in many areas of enterprise, we create conditions that are favorable for young people to be able to enter those enterprises and also to thrive in those enterprises. So coming to waste management, the conditions, of course, they say you need to have dump trucks or a waste collection vehicle. You need to have certain certificates that have to do with waste and management health. We have to ensure to say that if there are conditions which are stringent and disadvantaging the people we want to empower, they have to be relaxed, they have to be waived. We have to override some of them in the interest of empowering the young people. On that, we are not going to spare any effort to ensure to say that the people that we are capable of empowering, we make the terms of investment or the terms of doing business or enterprise favorable to them, so that they can find something to do for themselves.
Okay. Now, Mr. Smarter, before I even ask you this question, we missed a call here. However, you can still call in rather, and we can be able to attend to you and take part on this particular program. We are addressing challenges that young people, of course, are facing in different constituencies, seeing that we have a youthful councillor here for Kamwala Ward 5. So come through. If you are a resident of Kamwala Ward 5, come through and tell us, is this particular councillor accessible? Does he attend to your needs in Kamwala Ward 5? However, Mr. Smarter, let's move on. Let me find out. Your ward particularly has got, allow me to use this word, elite young people in it. And when you talk about the issues of cooperatives, form a cooperative, start modding blocks, form a cooperative, start furniture business. Are you at a point where you are realizing that young people in Zambia have really evolved? And when you talk about empowerment, like for instance, in your ward, the empowerment that young people will be looking at is, okay, fine, I've got an idea of developing this particular app, but how do my councillor and how do I access the constituency development funds, such, because some of these empowerment programs that we saw in the recent past, which have trickled down to today in the new dawn, where you are talking about coming up with cooperatives, the carpenters come together, welders come together. How about that youth that is not interested in forming a cooperative, but they're innovative, they are technological savvy? How are you embracing them so that they don't feel left out at the end of the day?
First of all, when you say that there are some elite kind of groupings within the ward, that is correct. But it's a diverse. Kamala is diverse.
It is diverse.
It has got the low class,
But how
the middle
are you
class,
accommodating those?
the elite.
ones?
What we want, you see, governments are there for the empowerment and protection, not of the elite. Because the elite are well to do. Look at the example of free education. Do you know that it's not everybody that is benefiting from free education? There are some people like you, Comrade Tapelo, who would rather take your child to Malaysia. They are all in grade 1, and you've already taken them to Malaysia. You want them to go to Simba International School, Lecho International School. You want them to go to Chengelo, American Chinese School.
Is that
So
a problem?
it's not a problem. People have their preferences, and the elites have their preferences. So I think if somebody is an elite, it simply means they're coming from a well-to-do family. These are people whereby they'll just say, no, I don't need that. My Bali gives me 5,000 for a weekend every day, so I don't. Those are people that can.
Even if
those,
Bali gives
yes.
them 3,000 for a weekend, they need empowerment from you.
No, they don't need
As a
empowerment.
councillor.
The people that need empowerment are people that are vulnerable.
So if they have ideas, they come from an elite background, they have these ideas, they can't communicate them to you.
Of
as
course,
a councillor?
of course they can. Of course they can. We encourage creativity. So your elite background should not be a barrier for you to participate in national development.
Okay.
In fact, I've got 1 or 2 young people that are very good with technology. They are good at building applications. And what we want to do is to digitize operations. You know, everything is going digital. These things of having my papers, my files, my cabinet in offices, that is going to go away.
Talking
So,
about documents,
yes.
Mr. Smarter, not holding your thought. Okay, let's accommodate this caller. I'll remember what I need to ask you.
All right.
Don't lose your thought.
Okay.
You are through to the lunchtime chat. Good afternoon. Okay, we lost that caller. However, I was about to say, I have seen documents. You are able to tell that this document has been photocopied over 1 million times. Okay? The language that is there, the English that is there, it's, for lack of a better term, archaic. And you wonder, you go to some, government institutions, they don't have a computer there. For instance, you have police stations in Kamala
Yes,
Ward 5.
yes.
You find that there's no computer there. So when you talk about going digital in managing some of these things and keeping records, maybe this is the reason why some members of the public would complain here and there that I reported a case, whatever, this document went missing or things like that. We don't want to get into that. However, how are you helping your community now to go digital and use some of these digital services? Like I said, the young people of nowadays are computer savvy. Okay? So how are you helping them as a councillor, a youthful councillor?
Yes. So like I mentioned, there are some youths that are good with technology. They are good at building websites. By the way, I've got a website.
Okay.
You should check it out.
Okay.
The whole idea is that we want to be accessible, even when you.
Kamala Ward 5.
Yes,
Okay.
there is.
That's a first.
It's a first, in fact.
Okay.
Because we want to embrace technology. We want to digitize certain.
Are these the benefits of having a youthful councillor?
Yeah, because we have to move with modern trends. Okay.
Okay.
When people are looking for the Kamala Ward 5 councillor, they shouldn't have to look around physically. Where is he physically? You can go online, and you are going to find even these things I'm explaining about CDF, the components, the infrastructure, the youth empowerment, women empowerment, what we are trying to do in our ward to help people, the opportunities that are there. Everything is online. If you go to my website, you are going to find everything explained. And in fact, you can even, if you are a Kamwala Ward 5 resident, you can even register into the Kamwala Ward 5 database so that we keep your records. If you want a job, we can help link you to either private or public enterprises that would be employing. So we are helping in that way. That is the thing about digitizing. So one of the youths that did that for me, at my own expense, of course, is a young man who's good at computers. So he approached me to say, I can do this for you. So I said, are you sure? Let's see what you can do. And he did it. But there are other big ideas such as digitizing certain functions, especially of the council. Let's say maybe you want to subscribe for a waste management company, the very topic we're discussing today. You simply go on the application for either Lusaka City Council or Kamwala Ward 5, and it will give you a list of people that you can subscribe. The reason is because we are yet to embrace e-governance, the new world of modern technology, of online digitization of all activities. We are yet to reach there. Some people still want to be shuffling papers.
No, why are we lagging behind? Because I think it's more convenient and it saves time. I've seen the norm. It has become a norm in Zambia to queue up. Okay, when it's towards month end, you see people queuing up. You know people have gotten paid.
Even the traffic. You just see the traffic. When you see a traffic jam at Kafuyo roundabout, you know. Yeah.
You see. So I think we should reach a point, like you are saying, where things are done digitally, Mr. Smarter, where you just have everything in the palm of your hand.
Yes.
How, during your, I don't want to delve into that, but during your council meetings, do you bring up such beautiful, innovative ideas?
The ideas are there. Some of them they are actually applications that have been made in that direction. There are some institutions that have come and say, look, we need to go electronic. Especially even the courts. The courts, that's where you find a lot of paperwork.
Exactly.
But if they're able to digitize, it means your case, your docket, it won't go missing because they'll be electronic.
Yes.
So by going electronic, you even save costs because paper is costly. It leads also to environmental degradation. We keep on cutting trees for charcoal. We are cutting down trees for paper. At the end of the day, you have cyclone Anna. You have erratic weather patterns. You have floods. Now, one time there's a drought, the other time there's a flood. Our maize in our fields is not performing well. I don't know how this season is going to be. So all those are issues that should encourage us, especially young people. Young people must come with innovative ideas. We must challenge the status quo and change it for the better. We cannot continue to operate or do things as business as usual. The old fowls, they continue just to be powered up and up. When we've got a wonderful technology where everything can be digitized, where somebody who's sitting in the comfort of their home can access council services online. They can access their councillor online. That is what we need.
Why is the... I know you're not a spokesperson for the local authority, LCC. However, you are a major stakeholder as a councillor. Let me find out, why is the local authority seemingly lagging behind when it comes to some technological advances? We have seen some government institutions that have gone digital. We can name a few that have gone digital, and they are offering services digitally. Why are we not seeing that from the local authority, Mr. Smarter? I know you're not here to
yes, I know.
But you are a major stakeholder.
Innovation or development or going digital is driven by people, the human factor. So there has to be what we call a willingness. If it is politics, we say a political will. There has to be some sort of impotence and will by the people who are operating in those departments or in those ministries to be able to want to embrace technology. But you see, sometimes the issue of embracing technology, because especially when you deal with financial transactions, when you say some operations that are financial must go digital, some people will be afraid to say, now here will be easily audited. If we are doing things that are not straight, we can easily be discovered. So perhaps there is some resistance in going digital because people understand to say, okay, once we go digital, it means some of these things magwaguya many tens of chaya.
Now this is interesting.
Yeah.
Let me find out from you. The UPND-led government and its alliance partners, when they came on the scene, or even before coming on the scene, they were talking about transparency, zero tolerance to corruption, and now that they have formed government, the citizens are expectant. They demand transparency. So, don't you think when you go digital, this will help in those transactions being transparent? And whoever is resisting, any officer out there who is resisting that, is working against the government of the day. Don't you think so?
Indeed. And steps have been made in order to take certain services to become digital so that they are more accessible and transparent, like you are saying. I'll give you a typical example. Right now in the Lusaka City Council, tendering procedure, if you are applying for a contract with the city council, maybe for supply or for anything, or including even the contracts that will be dealt with in the various wards, because you must remember to say that the construction or the infrastructure development works in wards. The technocrats sit in the council.
Okay.
Those are the people who actually do the funding and disbursement of funds to contractors to do certain works. So there's also the bidding process. But the point here is that the bidding process in the Lusaka City Council has changed.
Okay.
So if you want to be a supplier of a ream of paper to Lusaka City Council, Comrade Tapelo, don't come with the dossiers of papers of your ZPPA, your ZRA, even your birth certificate there. Don't come with those papers. Okay. It has now gone online. You scan those documents and there is a portal at the Lusaka City Council with a procurement section where you have now to upload those things, enter your details, and they will be taken up digitally. That is how it works now. So you don't even have to come physically to say, oh, Nisa Kiratenda. They'll tell you to say, go to the nearest computer and upload your files and your application right there. Okay. And the vetting will also be done online. There will be a system that will assess you. So if your birth certificate is missing, just for example, if they say you put a birth certificate, so if it's missing, the system will detect to say, but this particular applicant has not attached this document, or you have not attached your tax clearance, then your application will be deferred, or a notification will come to you to say there's a document missing, can you add it? So there are timelines and there are deadlines so we are slowly moving into that direction. Even the issues of
faster then. Can we move faster?
Even the issues of titling.
57
yes.
years after independence, Mr. Smarter, and I'm speaking like this because this particular crop of councillors that have taken over Lusaka City Council, including the mayor herself, she is still youthful.
Yes.
No disregard to other mayors that have been there, but she is still youthful. Her deputy as well is youthful. You are youthful as a councillor and many other councillors. So we expect innovative ideas. We expect youthful ideas that can somehow push the youth agenda out there, because at the end of the day, young people are now saying they're not the leaders of tomorrow, but of today. You are a leader right now. So what change are you bringing all together to your constituency and when you meet for your meetings?
The changes are many.
Okay.
The changes are many. And for us, the priority, like I stated in my preamble, the priority is to improve the welfare, the conditions of our people. We're talking about service delivery. We're talking about the provision of waste management services, water, clean water and sanitation. We are talking about provision of connecting electricity. You'll be surprised to say that in my ward in Kamala, we're in Lusaka, but there are some homes which are not connected to electricity. So service delivery must be top-notch. We must have standard clinics and hospitals. By the way, there's a flagship program in terms of construction of a general hospital in my ward. I hope before 5 years is over, we're going to have a very big hospital there in Kamala South. We're talking about provision of education. We have 2 big schools, but we have a shortage of primary schools right there in my ward. So those services need to be provided. And on top of that, we need to empower you economically. Comrade Tapelo, you've got a PhD in journalism. So we have to find ways in which we can empower you before you get a job. If maybe BBC doesn't employ you, we have to ask, what else can Mr. Tapelo do with his PhD? So we have all those programs of youth empowerment, of women empowerment, and they are going to be transparent. Okay. That I must emphasize. We are going to ensure to say that there is no corruption. We are going to ensure to say there is no nepotism, there is no favoritism. We are not going to pick people because Timmy and Church Kumozi, or because he's my brother, he's my sister, or in your case, because it's your girlfriend. Just joking. So we don't want all that. So it is going to be transparent. Everybody who have an equal opportunity to be able to benefit from the benefits of the CDF. so that at the end of the day, we can see a change in the lives of our people. The President Haka in the Ichilema, has said to say that the CDF is meant to empower the people that are suffering in the wards. We do not want the funds to go outside to a Chinese to come and be a contractor in the ward or in the constituency. We must find you, if Tapelo, you have done carpentry and you want to make some desks, we must engage you. If there is a building project for a particular clinic, we are not going to take the bricks from Muinurunga to say, can you, we are ordering bricks. No, we have to make the bricks ourselves. So the fund must be localized within the spending agencies, or the spending of the CDF when it comes to projects must be in and within the wards and the constituencies, so that the locals there benefit.
Those are good pronouncements, Mr. Smarter. We are yet to see what happens when the funds hit the accounts and the funds reach the constituency, because history tells us that politicians are good at making pronouncements, but when it comes to implementation, they can even choose nothing against expatriates, but they can even choose an expatriate over a local qualified contractor. So let's wait for that to take place, so that if in a case where you choose, for instance, you mentioned Chinese nationals, nothing against our Asian brothers, but if you choose a Chinese national over a Zambian national, we'll bring you here to come and find out. But in conclusion,
by all means, we must ensure to say that the skill sets or the qualifications for a particular job are within the country. If they are within the country, they have to be. They're only, of course, there are exceptions. Okay, I'll give you a typical example. We're talking about maybe in the mining industry. Okay, these people perhaps are erecting a machine which is not even made here. You see, you might have one or two engineers who understand it, but for expert type of work, they might need people from their country. That happens, and it's an exception. So we are not saying that you never see another foreigner in this country. If the skill sets that are needed are here, well and good, we will get from here. But if the skill set which is needed cannot be procured from within, then you have to look outside, and only for a particular time, because if it's a long-term project, we have to be able to train you. If you have to become a nuclear physicist to maintain perhaps a nuclear power station, in the next 5 or 10 years, you must have Zambians who are able to operate a nuclear station. But all in all, empowerment must reach the people that live in the wards. The youth out there, the woman marketeer out there, we want them to be empowered. We want them to see a difference. This is what the New Dawn government is all about. It's about change, and it's about change for the better. And everybody is involved, and no one is going to be left behind.
Okay, it is a global village. We can only wish you all the best as you embrace. I know, I am aware, Kamala Ward 5, obviously, different nationalities live or reside in that particular area. We should learn to coexist. We are a global village, but there is a resident from Kamwala Ward 5 watching us right now, and they want to hear your last remarks, Mr. Smarter. As you leave, what word of assurance are you giving to the people of Kamwala Ward 5 that for the next 5 years you have been given a 5-year mandate?
It's now down to 4.
It's
Time flies. So it's we're practically at 4 years 4 months.
Okay.
Then remove the other 3 months for when we're dissolved. So it's practically almost for 4 years. So time flies.
Time flies.
Yes.
So I'm sure by the time we reach 2026, you'll no longer be a youth.
I think I still have a few more in my pocket.
Okay, your concluding remarks.
So I think I want to encourage residents of my ward, the youths, the women, that I'm at your disposal. I'm there for you. I do not have all the ideas and all the knowledge. So please, if you have ideas of how we can best improve our ward, you are welcome. With the CDF is yours. Please get in touch with either myself or any members of the Ward Development Committee. They are at your disposal. So in terms of women empowerment, youth empowerment, even bursaries for those of you that are at school, those things are yours. And the moment guidelines are given to us from the Ministry of Local Government, you also get to know about it. Then we invite you to bring your submissions, even your cooperatives which you have been forming, so that you can be empowered. And by the way, Comrade Tapelo, someone today called me from my to say that there is somebody who has got vicious dogs which they do not lock in.
Okay.
So those vicious dogs have been chasing school children, people that are going for work early in the
In your
morning.
ward?
In my ward.
Okay.
And I think it has already been addressed. I did report the issue to public health at Lusaka City Council. So those are small things. It might seem small, but as a councillor, I'm also concerned about people that have got vicious dogs which they are not clocking in. So to that resident of mine who lives in Kamwala, if you're the one who is keeping those vicious dogs, and if there are others like you who are keeping vicious dogs, please keep them contained within your premises. Always ensure to say that they don't pose a danger to people that are outside or that are passing in your street, because at the end of the day, we don't want to come and impound those dogs. No, pets are good things, but let us learn to keep them within parameters where they cannot be a danger to other citizens.
Okay, and for their own safety in case of a traffic accident, for their own safety, pets.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, Mr. Smarter, thank you so much for making an appearance on the lunchtime chat. It has been a pleasure hosting you after a long time.
Lunchtime chat. Well, I should see something on the table, or maybe
Of
thereafter.
course, off camera.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. So that was Mr. Minda Smarter, Kamwala Ward 5 Councillor, youthful councillor, I must say, making his appearance on the lunchtime chat for the very first time in 2022. Thank you so much to everybody that tuned in to this particular broadcast, and on behalf of my director, Dre Miracles, and indeed on my own behalf, I am Tapelo Joe Smarter. Good afternoon, and we'll see you next time.